This is the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.
And we welcome you to the Fatal 4-Way, live here on ONTV, along with Hollywood Q, Quadell Edwards, Brian Bolf, Eric Scharrer. I'm Jason Clouse. We certainly appreciate you tuning in and spending part of your Valentine's Day weekend with us, live here on ONTV. We've got a lot to talk about here this week, gentlemen. We're on the heels of the Royal Rumble. We are now on the road to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, and we already know one of the matches that will be taking place in Las Vegas and on the biggest stage of them all. But before we get to all that, let's talk about the Royal Rumble. We saw Roman Reigns win the men's Royal Rumble match, and we saw Liv Morgan win the women's Rumble match. Now we know that it will be Roman Reigns and CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, assuming that Punk retains the title against Finn Balor at the Elimination Chamber here in a couple weeks. We're going to be breaking that down more on the next episode of the Fatal 4-Way. Q, I'll start with you. Roman and Liv emerged from these things. Were you good with this?
Here's my thing with Liv, yes. Roman, I'm happy with the match. Roman against Punk, that's a marquee match. That's one of the big matches that they haven't done. But one-on-one. But him winning the Rumble, I would have loved to see a new face win the Rumble and Roman possibly going to the Chamber. That would have given him another date, because he's not really on the show much. He could have won the Chamber and punched his ticket there. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm a happy camper. We're on the road to WrestleMania. There's a couple of potholes, but here we go.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure a way to bridge that gap in these said potholes here. So we know it's going to be Punk and Roman for the World Heavyweight Championship. Liv Morgan now, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, has yet to formally choose which of the two title holders she will be facing at WrestleMania, although all roads assumingly will go to Stephanie McCare. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. I was happy for Liv because how many years has she been like the Iron Woman or the runner-up or or one of the best performers in the match? She was in every Royal Rumble match since its inception, the women's matches. Liv winning this, I believe, was the right call, especially since Bianca don't seem to be ready,
Heartbreaking.
Which is very heartbreaking because, man, I was waiting for that hair whip.
Right, right.
We got to number 30. I was like, come on, give me the hair whip. I mean, we got tippy time, but, it is what it is. I'm happy for Liv, though, because you can see the legitimate emotions on her face after the match. They had some cameras, some fan cam footage of her walking back to the locker room to Gorilla, and she was in tears, man. So I'm happy for Liv. Liv deserved to be in a high profile spot because she kind of missed out last year.
Yeah, she really did. Brian, coming into the Royal Rumble, Paul Levesque had come out and said there's going to be a lot of big surprises. It's going to be a big event. We're going to make all kinds of history, this, that, and the other thing. The IWC absolutely ate him up in retrospect because in their mind, we didn't get those holy crap moments, those those big shocking returns or anything like that. We did see the Raw or the main roster debut of Obafemi, who was dominant in that match. We did see the debut of Powerhouse Hobbs, who is now Royce Keys. Uh, Let me ask you that real quick. The way they brought him out, they actually put the Powerhouse Hobbs name on the screen.
That was nice.
And I was like, oh my God, they're really going to go with this. And then they kind of blew it up and his new name was on there. How do you think his arrival to WWE was received overall? Do you think the Rumble was the right place?
It doesn't seem like it. And I think it falls a lot on the fact that, like, one, why did you tease us with the Powerhouse Hobbs and then switch it to Royce Keys? I'm like, anybody who knows who he was, we already know what he was in AEW. So why, like, I'm like, hey, in case you forgot, he was just there like a month ago. Like,
Right.
What are you talking about? And then for him to be absolutely vacant since the Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, I heard he's booked for tonight on SmackDown. We still don't know what show he's going to be on, but it sounds like I said, it's going to be SmackDown. Like, it seems like, I don't know how you could have fit him into Elimination Chamber to make it different, but also, like you said, Triple H was promising a lot of surprises. I don't really consider him a surprise because we kind of all expected it.
Right.
But they needed to do something because there wasn't much there.
I mean, as far as when I look back on this Royal Rumble pay-per-view, the surprises that I would call that or label that Brie Bella's return. Like, nobody really saw that coming. I mean, it's not going to be one of those things that's going to make the earth shatter, you know what I mean? But it was cool to see the Bella twins back together because, her husband works for AEW. And nobody really expected Brie to come back because she's been pretty vocal on her podcast and different outlets against WWE. So I was like, oh, wow, okay, I did not see that coming. Another surprise in this, and I think this is why I'm not mad at Triple H, Braun Breaker was he was almost the odds-on favorite to win this thing. He lasts 90 seconds in this, and subsequently has now had to undergo a hernia surgery, and he's going to be out for quite some time. So the guy that we all thought was going to be a prominent part of WrestleMania is now on the sidelines. Eric, looking back at the Royal Rumble, the Rumble matches themselves, anything stand out to you where you're like, wow, that was well done? And are you cool with Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan?
I didn't realize it was as much of a popularity contest. I would like to see some Oba win it. I'd like to see some other names win it. I was completely wrong with Braun Breaker with that
Well, I think
with that
everybody
choice.
was.
Yeah. It had to have been written because of his hernia. They had to get him out there quick and pivot, right?
Right. Makes you wonder, when did the injury actually happen? And, did that play a role in how fast he was eliminated? Because he had a pretty memorable segment the next night on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it was pre-Raw, but after Rumble. Like, they knew at the Raw that he already had it and he was going to have the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it was after Rumble.
Crazy, just crazy. The timing,
Yeah.
the timing of it sucks so bad for him. This is a guy who has steadily risen in the ranks and become part of the Vision, and he gets the shot at Punk on the first Raw of the new year and all this other
Right.
stuff. It's like, wow, they're really going to put the rocket to him, and then this happens. This is where Obafemi, I feel like, is going to become very beneficial from all this. Would you agree?
Oh, for sure. Like what Q was saying, it's like, man, it's almost like Roman would have been a better Elimination Chamber winner because you can easily have anyone win a Rumble because anything can happen at a Rumble to make somebody win. For somebody to win Elimination Chamber, they do have to pin the top tier talent, because you're going to put your top tier talent in that chamber.
Right.
So the path would have been smoother for WWE if they would have had like somebody like Oba Femi win the Rumble and then Roman win that. But yeah, right now with all the stars injured like they are, like we said, Seth and Braun and Bianca and Chelsea Green and Roxanne, it's like the list is growing more and more. It's starting to look like the Detroit Lions roster with the injuries.
Yeah.
So now it's time to sit back and be like, all right, you know what? We got to pull the cord on Oba. We got to pull the cord on Sol Ruka. Like, we got to go and see what they can do.
It is I'm reminded of 1997 when all the plans had changed between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 13 because of injuries, because of titles being swapped and switched and everything like that. It was such a chaotic road to WrestleMania, and right now we have Roman and Punk on paper, but I gotta feel like they're really scrambling right now. And you know, we talked a little bit about Royce Keys and his debut. Was the Rumble the right spot? My answer is no, because AEW doesn't have a presence in the Middle East. So there was a lot of people in that stadium from that country that have no idea who this guy was. I feel like if they had waited until Monday or Friday to make his arrival, man, that in front of a domestic crowd who knows who he is, I think it would have been better received and could have put him immediately on that next level up. Because right now I feel like he's starting at square one. You know what I mean? And I don't feel that way about Oba Femi. You know what I mean? Because this guy is going to be somebody special real soon, I feel like. We also saw at the Royal Rumble Drew McIntyre retaining the WWE Championship against Sami Zayn. No shock here, right, Eric?
Yeah, rightfully so. I don't know what they're gonna do. What are they gonna do with Drew at WrestleMania? I guess is my guess.
Well, that's where the chamber is going to come into play. We know LA Knight, we know Randy Orton have qualified for the chamber as of right now, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. 4 spots left to be filled. They will do that here tonight on SmackDown and then Monday night on Raw. It all depends on who they put in there. I hopefully it's not Jey Uso.
Because right now, I'm not excited for Randy or LA Knight to be a WrestleMania match against Drew. Like I don't want either one of those two.
Not. They've done that.
Even LA Knight?
Yeah.
No. I don't think it's. See, LA Knight.
I don't know if I want to do the rest of the show with you, if I'm being honest.
Do we really want to see LA Knight get another shot and not get it?
I want to see LA Knight get a shot and win it.
That's not going to happen.
Look, this dude, I think he's starting to, I think they're starting to really, hopefully, they're starting to see these pops that he's getting, this resurgence of popularity. He's up there, man.
Oh yeah.
And his merch is selling. And, you know, we all know, as stupid as it is, that is taken so heavily into consideration with how the booking's done. That's why Jey Uso was in the spot that he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the crowd was into it. LA Knight is into it.
Real quick, do you have a Cody Rhodes shirt? I don't. Do you? No? Do you?
Nope.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
we're also over the age of 25, too.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, going back to the LA Knight thing, I think
Somebody does have a Drew shirt, though.
I do. LA Knight, this would be his time if he were to actually, if they were to crown him. You know, with all the injuries, he's been the reliable guy. You know, he's hasn't been really hurt. They took him off TV, but he hasn't been legitimately hurt. So he's been their reliable guy. He's still getting all the pops and everything. If they did go with LA Knight, I wish he would have just won the Rumble. Because here's my thing with Roman winning the Rumble. Roman is not going to be around until after Elimination Chamber. I think he is advertised for Raw.
But then they took it off.
They took it. See there? He's not. So why not have Roman win at Elimination Chamber, and then you have that face-to-face with Roman and Punk in Chicago? In Chicago, but yet you could have had LA Knight, who would be on every show, have those moments with Drew McIntyre leading all the way up to. And another issue I have, another issue I have with Roman winning. They have this thing going on with Finn Balor.
100%.
Yep.
They have this thing going on with Finn Balor. They need to wrap that up before you have somebody like Roman. Roman's already took the shine out of the room. I
With
mean,
that
come
promo,
on now. There's
promo is
absolutely no way, no believable way that Finn Balor is going to defeat CM Punk. I mean, they can if they do it, that's going to be the biggest swerve of the year. But there's no way because you got Roman already waiting in the wings.
Right, and the story is with Punk and Roman, the longevity. You know, they kind of talked a lot, a little bit about that in that promo on Monday, that Punk is the guy that brought the Shield to the main roster, all those years ago. Finn Balor, I appreciate what they're trying to do with him to get him back into the main event picture, the world title picture.
Bad timing.
It is. It's terrible timing. Why would you do that? And I mean, even this little sub story with Punk, Punk beat him in Balor's hometown on Raw, so now they're going to be in Punk's hometown. Yeah. We're supposed to feel like, because it's in Punk's hometown. Look, Punk don't lose in Chicago.
No.
Every time that dude is in Chicago, that winds up being a career moment for him.
And Balor couldn't even get a spot in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Mr. Iguana got a spot in the Rumble.
2 Americanos.
Come on, man. There's no believable way that they can really pull this off. Because Finn Balor is the best thing they can do with Finn Balor right now is to build him up enough to challenge Dominic at WrestleMania.
Oh.
That's the only thing they can do with Finn Balor right now is to build him up enough. Maybe Dominic is the one that cost him that match.
I could totally see that because they've been planting the seeds of tension between Dominic and Finn for quite some time.
For a long time.
That would be very cool. Unfortunately, in terms of WWE, I guess we should make mention that AJ Styles lost to Gunther, and the stipulation was, if Gunther won, AJ Styles would have to retire. Initially announced from professional wrestling. Since then, they've kind of dialed that back and said that his WWE career has come to an end. And Styles did something eyebrow-raising at the end of the match. Traditionally, a guy will leave his boots in the ring when it's all said and done. And with Styles, he took off his trademark, his gloves, and went to put him on the mat, and then picked him back up, put him back on, and now we're all like, what does this mean? The next day he was on Stephanie McMahon's podcast, and of course she asked him about it, and he was kind of vague in that. So it leads to speculation, and because he filed trademarks for his own name, his own logo, his own likeness, and things of this nature, it makes you believe that AJ Styles may be embarking on his own world tour, retirement tour. What's your thought on the way AJ and Gunther went?
I was good with it. I think I liked it better than I liked the Gunther John Cena match. I think if he does another his own retirement tour, would be kind of silly because I really did enjoy these last few AJ style matches. Like the one we had with Cena, the one he had with Gunther, the one he had with
Punk.
Punk. Like
Nakamura.
Nakamura. It was like we got the retirement tour without even knowing it was there.
Right.
And they pulled it off great. I mean, who doesn't want to see AJ Styles wrestle more? Oh, wait, no, that's me. I don't want to see him wrestle anymore. But I was glad the way it went.
Did the sleeper hold finish take anything away from you in that match? Would you have rather seen a pinfall?
I'm okay with the sleeper finish. I wish they wouldn't have had him tap out to Jay because he's still riding that a year later. Like, they want Gunther to be the big bad.
Right.
But he tapped out to Jey Uso, and he's still hearing about it. And I don't know why they didn't give AJ the 3 arm raises. He only got 1, and the ref called it.
Okay, so that's been a source of contention, especially online, because I've seen that. I actually chimed in on it. Look, back in the day, it was 3. It was 3. But because in this day and age, MMA is such a focal point, and they're co-owned under the same umbrella as UFC, I'm talking about WWE, they don't do the 3 arm raises in UFC. You know, if they're not tapping out, then, you know, one flip of a limp wrist and it is over. So they're trying to incorporate the realism into it.
30 seconds of being unconscious, like you start to lose some cognitive function. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be doing this when you're risking someone's mental abilities.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what don't make sense. A month earlier, they did the same thing with John Cena. And he kept that little OK sign up in there. We gotta keep continuity, together.
Listen, you're asking for.
They weren't worried about brain cells being lost with Cena. That's clearly the thing. Like,
Well, the road to WrestleMania is going to make a stop in Chicago on February the 28th for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view or premium live event. First time in 30 years they're going to be in the United Center, so that's a pretty big deal. We're going to break all that down with the Chamber preview show on the next episode here of the Fatal 4-Way. Let's switch gears, gentlemen, and let's look at what's been going on in NXT.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of movement going on with the third brand under the WWE umbrella. We have a new champion in Joe Hendry, having won a ladder match. Say his name and he shall appear. But also the departure of the general manager of NXT, Ava, shockingly announces that she is leaving the promotion, leaving all of World Wrestling Entertainment. And for those who are not in the loop, Ava is the daughter of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Eric, Joe Hendry winning the NXT Championship, right call?
Yeah, he's. I don't know. Is it the right call? Are they just gonna move it off him and bump him up to the main roster soon?
I figured if he was going to come up to the main roster, it would have happened. He would have made an appearance or 2 on NXT and then get called up. I expected him in the Royal Rumble. Like, that was a surprise. I was like, oh, wow, there was no Joe Hendry this year.
I did like his defense against that Jackson kid. I don't know why. I like heels. Mm-hmm. And when that Jackson kid came out and said Joe Hendry looks like a boy band member that his mom used to listen to.
Oh man, listen, NXT lost a lot of star power with Oba and Jordan Grace and Trick Williams, yeah, for sure. So they're really reshuffling the deck in a lot of aspects. If it wasn't going to be Joe Hendry, who else was strong enough to win this match and carry this new chapter of NXT?
Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, Tony D'Angelo. They still got people there. Like there's still plenty of storylines yet for them to go around. You got the new kid. God, I'm so terrible with them. The one that
Keanu Reeves.
That's it, but close.
James? Is it Keanu,
Keanu
James?
Carver.
Carver. That's it. I'm like, that guy is coming up. I'm like, it was the perfect time to take the people that they did. So it wasn't where NXT is basically kind of in the same spot where like the main rosters are, where we're seeing the exact same guys and we're just getting the same matches over and over again. By them pulling and letting them go up to the main roster and we getting fresh matches there, we're now going to be able to see fresh matches as well in NXT. So it's perfect timing. And right now they could still pull quite a bit of women from NXT and NXT still be set. Like the abundance of women wrestlers right now is insane.
Yeah, agreed. That Blake Monroe.
They need to make
down there.
Evolution
I'm
a yearly
surprised
thing.
that she wasn't
Yeah.
part of the Royal Rumble too. Her work in AEW, which put her on the map. You know, she's not afraid to mix it up. That's another blonde and all this other stuff. Look, there's something special about that girl,
Yeah,
and it's. If she's not on the main roster the day after WrestleMania, I'm questioning a lot of stuff. Like, she's been there long enough to adapt to the WWE style, and she is uber talented, and she stands out. And she's even with the blonde hair and all this other stuff.
Her work with Tony Storm was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
that's
They
what put her.
they
on
had the
map.
feud of
Feud
of the year right there.
100%. So Ava leaving NXT as the GM. A lot of speculation as to what went into this decision. She went and got rid of a lot of her social media accounts immediately after the fact. Is this, do you think, in your opinion, was this influenced by Dad?
I don't think so. And I'm not speaking for her. I'm not I don't know Ava, but if you kind of like follow who she really is, this could be a number of things. I know I heard about them lowballing her for a new contract. She doesn't wrestle. She has bad knees, so
Right.
she can't really get in there and square up. But also, there could be a lot of political things going on when it comes to Ava Raine, and we know where WWE is headed right now politically. So it's, and I don't want to get all political.
That's a topic for
Yeah,
another
so,
show.
Yeah, so it could be a lot of things going on with Ava, but you could kind of tell that she was pretty much just fed up and just done.
Is it now time to bring William Regal back in and make him
Yes,
the
it
GM?
Yes, that was my next one. William Regal should have been, as soon as they brought him back,
100%.
he should have
was
been
so good in that role.
As soon as he came back. I know he had the clause where he couldn't be seen on TV for a certain amount of months, but that's over.
For sure.
Yeah, that's over, man. Put William Regal in that spot. I think I can't remember the guy's name that's filling in right now.
He's terrible.
He's the interim. They did mention that he was the interim and he's just filling in. Get William Regal in that spot right now.
100%. 100%. He was so good when he his facial expressions,
I miss him doing the war games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I miss it so
War
much.
games.
Yeah.
He's
With the little British accent to it. It's perfect.
And this would be a perfect year to put him in the Hall of Fame.
100. Yeah. Well, long overdue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long overdue.
Maybe Fit Finley before him, but yeah.
Or both of you.
Finley will wind up going in that legacy wing. You know what I mean? He won't even get a proper induction. But let's look at something that's been going on over in AEW. We mentioned this. We've been talking about this off and on air, off air. Tommaso Ciampa's arrival to AEW, and he very, very quickly, within his debut there, wins the TNT Championship from Mark Briscoe only to lose the title that 11 days later, which I'll be straight up with you. I didn't even know about until I got here today. And Q's like, well, he already lost the title. And I'm like, what in the blue hell was the point of bringing him in, putting the title on him, less than 2 weeks later, losing the title to Kyle Fletcher? Now, a podcast, a colleague of mine over on the other side of the state, asked me the other day what I had thought about AEW's booking, and because we never really talked about his feeling on the promotion versus my feeling of the promotion. And this solidifies everything that I said to him as to why Tony Khan needs to stop writing TV, needs to stop booking, hire somebody who knows how to write episodic television that makes sense. Because what was the point of doing this? You had an opportunity to really do something with Tommaso, and you made him look like every other guy. Ricochet, Andrade, all these other guys. A lot of hype, and then, within 2 months, they fizzle right out. Would you agree?
Yeah, dang, man. Like we had a show. He goes to AEW, wins the title, loses the title before our next show.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I was kind of surprised that they did that. I don't know what went into it. I didn't follow the story behind it, but Tommaso is uber talented, and you can do some great things. See, Tommaso could have been great in WWE. It's just too many guys there.
Yeah.
You go over to AEW, there could be a spot open for somebody like Tommaso, but man, you just goofed him up already. Like, that was quick. Like, and I don't know. I didn't see the match. I don't know if there was, some type of storyline interference or anything like that. Something big happened. Maybe half the ring exploded and something he fell over. But like, what are we doing now? Like, see, when he first won the title, to me that was Tony Khan saying, "Hey guys, when your contract run out, come on over. I'll put a title on you.
Right.
I'll help you guys out. I'll make you guys look good." But then you do that, and now if I'm Gargano, I'm like, man, I'll just stay. I'll go down to NXT and just
Or TNA or
Yeah.
something, Triple A. And that's, I didn't say it out loud, but I thought, when you guys told me that he had already lost the title, and I was like, that wouldn't have happened in TNA. I don't believe he could have gone to TNA and just really.
He could have been a top guy.
He
in
could
TNA.
have been the top guy in
Yeah.
TNA. That's never going to happen in AEW. It just isn't. You look at Tony Khan's booking patterns, and one of the only guys that has been prominently featured in the way that they should be is Christian Cage. Jericho too, but he's the first undisputed champion. That was expected. Christian Cage was very prominently featured and booked, and then when Adam Copeland came into the fold, that we'll actually talk more about that here in a little bit. We're going to be breaking down a little bit more of this news with Adam Copeland. Did I say Adam Cole?
No.
Okay. 'Cause I was
Adam
like,
Cole. You were thinking Adam Cole.
yeah,
'Cause
babe.
Baby.
Yeah. So, why does AEW do this?
I didn't see the match, and I feel like you. I'm kind of like holding out hope that maybe this is a feud that they're planning to play off of, and maybe we see them go back and forth for a little bit. Kyle Fletcher is awesome, and I think he actually would be a good talent for Ciampa to go back and forth with. So I'm holding out hope that that's what they're doing. Now, I completely disagree with you on Tony Khan bringing in somebody to do episodic writing, because I know 4 amateur guys that would fit that role even better myself. But I'm like, you give me that talent, you give me a pen, I'm like, I think we could do some stuff.
100%.
But that's where I'm just holding out hope. I'm not a big Ciampa fan. I saw too much of him in NXT. I was ready not to see him anymore. And then he goes to the main roster, and I was like, he every time he'd come on the TV, him or Gargano, I was like, all right, cool, time to go get something out of the fridge.
Gargano, that's Johnny Gargano for me. I cannot with this.
Even
guy.
his wife, the three of them, like, ugh.
Yeah. I really did have hope for Ciampa in AEW. I'm like, look, if anybody's going to give him that opportunity, it's going to be Tony Khan, hopefully. But he's pissed it away. Yeah. He really, really, truly has.
I think the best thing he could have in AEW is matches. That's about it.
Right.
You know, because I mean, you can get some great matches. We see what our guy Andrade is doing. You know, Andrade's having matches with Kenny Omega. You know, so that's good for him. But I can see Ciampa having some good TV matches.
I could see him and Moxley.
Yeah, they look alike too.
I could see him and Moxley, and it could be built to something very cool. But because of the way Moxley performs, it wouldn't mean anything. It's the same thing. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be violent. It's going to be this, that, and the other thing. It would have lost its appeal. It's already lost. You put John Moxley on anything, and I've tapped out. If I could be perfectly honest with you, but hopefully this is the start of something meaningful for Ciampa if it's to establish a long-running feud with Kyle Fletcher. Maybe there is an old school approach with this, much like Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard back in the day, feuding over the television championship or the national championship. But we'll have to wait and see how that unfolds. Right now, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back to the Fatal 4-Way, we're going to be talking more about Adam Copeland and his potential retirement. We're going to be looking at this controversy with Logan Paul and Tom Brady, and then we have our own special Valentine messages for our sweeties. All that and more when the Fatal 4-Way returns right after this.
Imagine a child in a classroom. He or she is trying to pay attention in class. But like many kids in our community, he or she faces a challenge. When the school week ends, the reality of hunger begins. Many children depend on weekday school meals, breakfast and lunch, for their nutrition.
That's where Blessings in a Backpack comes in. Each month, volunteers come together to pack nutritious meals for kids that they take home each weekend. With these packs, children receive more than just food. They get hope, energy, and the chance to thrive.
But we can't do it alone. Your support can help us reach even more children, ensuring they have the nourishment they need to succeed.
I've seen firsthand the difference a full stomach can make. These children are more focused, more engaged, and more confident.
Every child deserves to feel secure and cared for. With your help, we can make weekends worry-free for hundreds of children. If you're interested in making a difference, we have a number of ways that you can help.
First, we pack once a month on Wednesday mornings. We would love to have you join us for that. You can sign up through our Blessings in a Backpack Lake Orion Facebook page. We want to thank the Lake Orion High School robotics team for their faithful support in setting up the night before we pack each month.
Finally, if you can't be involved in any of those ways, we welcome monetary donations.
You would simply visit www.blessingsinabacpacklakeorion.org to donate. And together, we can ensure that every child returns to school ready to learn, grow, and succeed. Blessings in a Backpack, feeding the future one child at a time.
And we welcome you back to a special Valentine's Day edition of the Fatal 4-Way. That's why we're kind of set up in the fancy set here this week. Along with Eric Scharrer, Brian Bolf, Hollywood Q, I'm Jason Clouse. We certainly appreciate you taking time out of this weekend to be a part of the show. I keep looking at the wrong camera. Like, I know I should be looking at that one now. It's messing me up. Sorry about that, Joe. Let's talk. We talked at the end of the first half of the program about AEW. Let's stay within AEW. Adam Copeland came out and made the announcement that he's looking to have his official retirement match with All Elite Wrestling. And presumably this is going to take place in his hometown of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And if you look at AEW's schedule, they do have a pay-per-view event. Wrestle Dream is going to be taking place in Toronto. Presumably this is going to be Copeland's last match. Brian, I'll ask you first because you're actually the one that brought this to my attention. After everything that he's done in WWE, and I appreciate what he tried to do with his run in AEW, why would you want to put the final nail in the coffin of your career, no pun intended, with AEW? Wouldn't you want to sign a 1-month deal or something like that with WWE, go back to what brought you to the dance, instead of, to me, you're just wasting this opportunity if you're doing it with All Elite Wrestling.
Maybe he feels like if he does that, he's just following Jericho's take, because it seems like that's what Jericho's doing.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the WWE and I'll have my final match. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine WWE was like, no, we don't want you to do one last little run here and finish your career here.
Right.
So it's got to be, there's something there. Maybe this final match won't be a singles match. Maybe he wants his final match to be another one with Christian. Like, maybe we're going to see one more, like, TLC match. And that's where he goes out on. I mean, when you think of him, like, I feel like that's what I still always go back to. I know, he ended up getting the heavyweight belt afterwards, but for me, like, we're just going to say Edge, because I'm not going to say Copeland and all that. For me, Cope. For me, it's the TLC match is what put him on the map. Like, it was his tag matches that made me, like, a fan of his. So why not go out on what made you?
Would you agree with that? Do you think his legacy is going to be more as the tag team with Christian, or is it going to be with his run with the WWE Championship and his feud with Cena and all this? Do you think he'll be remembered more for his tag team work or his solo efforts?
I don't think neither one is going to be more. He was such a decorated tag team specialist, but he's also such an accomplished singles competitor that, people are just going to look at all the above when it comes to Edge or Cope. And him going out with Christian is actually not a bad idea, doing the whole tag team thing, because we think about it. Somebody like Sting is not even a tag team guy, and he went out in a tag team match, and that was actually pretty good. They did a good service for Sting. And I think a lot of people see this whole retirement thing. They see how Sting did it, and like, oh, man, you know what? Let me get in on that retirement stuff, Him coming back to WWE and doing something, it almost feels like it's too late, because I look at his, and it's sad, man, it's sad. I look at Edge's career as already over, because once he left, he left everything in the ring with Sheamus. That match with Sheamus was one of my favorite matches that he had since he came back. And Sheamus even got hurt in that match.
Right.
And I'm like, dude went out. They killed it. They killed it. Two old guys just went out and just beat each other up. And him going to AEW, I didn't follow him after that. So to me, his career is already over.
And I don't think a lot of people did. Like, I mentioned him a little bit ago because he is one of the exceptions to the way Khan has been booking ex-WWE talent. Adam Copeland has been pretty favorably booked for the most part. Eric, if you're looking at AEW's roster on the surface, where and you could choose Edge's last opponent, is there anybody on that roster that you're like, it should be that guy?
Nope. I like Brian's take. I like do a
The tag
TLC
team.
match. Yep, throw him in with Christian. I see Gangrel's still doing indie stuff. Bring him
Oh
in there
my
too.
God.
Let's get the Brood back
Don't
together.
get Q going. I can see. I saw the excitement on his face when you even mentioned the name.
I can't
the
see
thought of
Gangrel in
Brood.
the ring, but as an appearance, oh yeah, give me the entrance, man. You know what?
I told you that.
Have them come in, have them do the Brood entrance. He'll come to the ring, and then they just go off the air. You know, and he's retired. Like, that's it. Don't even have the match.
Okay.
Just have him do the entrance, and then just cut it out, just like they did Goldberg. Just cut it out. I'm out with it. No match. Just an entrance. That's all I want.
I didn't expect you to get so animated, so fired up about
Give me the
that.
music, give me the fire, give me all that stuff, and then just cut the feed.
Okay.
Cut the feed, man. That's it.
All right, one more news note we want to make mention of this week, and I had a hard time believing that this is even a thing. I was convinced that this is an AI thing. Like, it's just so absurd that there's no way this could be real. But you're getting multiple camera angles. NFL all-time greatest of all time in a lot of people's opinion, Tom Brady ruffled a lot of feathers among the IWC during a conversation that he had with Logan Paul, who is currently a WWE wrestler. And from my understanding, Paul is scheduled to take place on Tom Brady's celebrity charity flag football game that they're going to be doing in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And during the course of this conversation, Tom Brady more or less belittled everything WWE, its fan base, and the fact that Logan Paul does this for his living now and is pretty damn good at it. And it struck me in a certain kind of way because, number one, I have never been, nor will I ever be, a Tom Brady fan. I understand the accolades. I understand the statistics. I don't need a history lesson. I watch the man play. I get it. But as a human, not very impressed, Q. And when I saw this clip of him belittling Logan Paul in the cute little WWE and where there's not real athletes, I got news for you, Tom Brady. There is absolutely no way you would survive one bump in a professional wrestling ring. Not one. Your little candy ass would fold like a piece of aluminum foil. I promise you that. You may be able to throw a football until the sun goes down. That's phenomenal. But don't you ever sit there and tell anybody, especially somebody who does it for a living, that what he does, he is not a real athlete. Jerk move, in my opinion. Would you agree?
Heck yeah. You know what? If I was Logan Paul, I would say, you know what? Come try me.
Right.
Come try
I'm
me.
surprised he didn't.
Yeah, that should be the next move. Look, we'll pay you to come and get beat up in my ring. Right there. Come on down, Mr. Brady, Mr. Tom, Uncle Tom.
Oh, there it is.
Not during Black History Month.
Hey, it's February. I can say whatever I want.
That I do feel like maybe this is kind of a work. And like I told you, like maybe next year at WrestleMania, we see Tom managing what he would consider an athlete. And like the name that I said pops to my head is something like George Kittle, who's already been involved with WWE before. And, you know, he actually would be able to, if he trained, be able to go into that ring and, you know, be able to perform as well. That's the only way I see. Tom should have way too many people around him to make remarks like that. to know that the backlash that he would get from that. It has, for me, it has to be at work. 2, how do you pick Tom Brady to be a coach for your flag football team when I'm sitting right here, 2 undefeated seasons as a flag football coach? Call me up.
Would you go to Riyadh?
I would go to Riyadh.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he agrees.
The flag football being in Riyadh, next year's WrestleMania being in Riyadh, it might be a work. It's not just a hat rack over there.
So, when you saw this, when you heard of this, what was your opinion? Because I mean, Tom Brady is one of those athletes in American history. Like he has carved his spot on Mount Rushmore in the NFL, and I'm not dismissing that. I have never dismissed that, but this exchange with Logan Paul, and Logan Paul is very polarizing, make no mistake about it. But just the way Brady presented that, like you could tell, it even rattled Logan a little bit, and he doesn't get rattled. Like Tom Brady is really sitting here dismissing what I'm doing when on the other side of his brain, he knows with minimal effort he could rip Tom Brady up out of that chair and have his way with him. Would you?
Ew. I'm telling you, that guy.
I don't know, man. It's just, if this is a work, look, you've got a lot of people talking right out of the gate. And if this is a year-long thing to get back to Riyadh for WrestleMania 43, then okay, awesome. Hopefully it pays itself off. Celebrity involvement that's a tricky thing, man.
I can see it being, actually, I was just thinking, like, I can see it being a work. What have people pretty much said about Logan Paul? That he's an outsider.
Right.
They said that you're the celebrity. You're just a YouTube guy,
5 years.
Yeah, and he's got a longer career than Yokozuna right now. I'm like, so, I mean, I could see him saying, you know what, let's set something up. You say this, and we'll set something up down the line. Let's get people talking. And that's what's happening. People are talking. We're sitting here talking about this. So, I mean, it could be working. It could be a work that's working.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things that if this is a work, it gets closer to the actual date. Let's assume it's WrestleMania 43. Tom's backing out.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Oh, I stubbed my toe. I can't make it. Oh, I broke a nail. Yeah. I'm not a big Tom Brady fan. All right. We are on the eve of Valentine's Day, and I thought it would be sweet if our distinguished panel here would go around and take a moment or two to wish their significant others, their sweeties, happy Valentine's Day. Q, do you want to go first?
Oh, no.
Not expecting that.
I wasn't either. I feel.
No, I'll go first. Okay, the love of my life, Sierra.
That's who I was going to do mine to.
Oh,
All right, go ahead.
I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. You're coming up tomorrow. I mean, we got some plans for tomorrow. We got some rock and roller coaster things going on. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I love you. Just another year. We don't really celebrate these things, because, I mean, we celebrate all year. I mean, I've been with this woman for my entire, wow. How long have I been with her? We've been married for almost 14 years. It'll be 14 years in October. So, I mean, I love her. Happy Valentine's Day.
That was sweet.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah. Eric, anybody you want to send a shout out to?
Oh,
I'm right here.
Brian Bolf. Brian Bolf.
Put on pair of heels, apparently.
Yep, put on a nice pair of heels for me. I like heels. Wrestling heels.
We went off the rails here.
Really off the rails.
It's our favorite shows. All right, go ahead, Eric. I won't look at you.
I got a lot of loves. I got a lot of loves. All my family, all my friends, all my coworkers. You guys are what make my life worth living, right? Love you all. Life is good. I can't complain.
Oh man.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Didn't say anything about you. It's not fair.
Brian.
Absolutely. Happy Valentine's Day to my wife, Amber. Love of my life, my best friend, the person I'd rather spend all of my time with. It's a struggle for me even to come to do this show because I'd rather be at home with her doing Legos right now.
Stop it.
But you know what? I made time for you guys. She brought my favorite thing in this world to me, my 2 awesome step boys. Being a dad gave me all the purpose in my life. I can't thank her enough for that. I don't know what I would do without her. She's my everything.
Oh, nice.
I can
Follow that, sucker.
Nope. Before you go,
Yeah.
I want to send love to my daughter. I had a nice little lunch date with my daughter earlier today.
Aw.
So happy Valentine's Day. She's not gonna she's really gonna get me if I don't mention her name. So happy Valentine's Day, Sienna.
Where'd you guys
And
go?
then those boys too. They're good too.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Applebee's.
Okay.
And then we went to the mall.
All right.
All her requests.
You got to have days like that, right? All right. Well, that's going to lead me to my Valentine's wish. And I thought about this on my way here. And, I could sit here for a long time and to talk about my significant other, my better half. The fact of the matter is that for the first time in my life, I feel like everything fits, everything feels good, everything, like, this is what, when you talk about the word love, this is what it's supposed to feel like, right? I am not the easiest person to get along with, but for almost a couple of years now, she has seen me through my best days and through my worst days and still stands by my side. I can appreciate what Brian was saying in relation to his wife, because I echo those sentiments for my girl. The fact of the matter is that she changed my life. She saved my life. And that's something that I try every day to acknowledge and to show her exactly what she means to me and how important her presence in my life is. She is truly the center of my world. She is my rock. She is my best friend. She is my everything. So, babe, happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you soon. With that, we appreciate everybody who tuned in here and allowed us into your home over Valentine's weekend. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time for a special preview episode of the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. And of course, we're going to be breaking down all the other latest news and headlines in and around the world of professional wrestling. With that, go out, be awesome to yourselves and to each other. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time right here on the Fatal 4-Way live on ONTV and as a part of the PFC Entertainment Network.
This is the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.